17. Okay, we have... I apologize, guys. My recording had actually cut out for some dang reason. I don't know why, but I don't feel like combining these two videos. It's already a 50-minute video, so I'm not going to stop it any... So, we're just going to have a two-parter special for this one. So, Android 17, we have Super 17 from the GT timeline, like we have normally. And as for 18, Super 8, we have Super 17, well, Super 16, Super 17, and Super 18. What you see right now is Super 17. And, yep, now we have a Super 18, but that's not it. We also have a Super 16. Super 16. Looks like a dude from the freaking 80s. But Android 21 would actually recognize Super 16 as her son, Gibble, that she had with Dr. Gero. And immediately, like, since Android 21 is still the mother, she would tell them all to stand down. But Android, 16 would stand down, but not 17 and 18. Since Goku was gone, they're just pretty much going to go off doing what they want. Well, the Z Fighters try to fight, actually do try and fight them. And they actually can overpower them. But the thing is, 21 tells them, begs them not to kill them or anything, because they haven't actually done anything wrong. Maybe she can fix this. And 16, 17, and 18 come back with 21 to, Capsule Corp. And basically they get their programming rewired. So no longer Dr. Gero's influence works on them. No longer the kill the Sun family or anything like that. So thankfully everyone is free. But Android 16 remembers a project that Dr. Gero was actually working on. And that was Cell. So they go back to Dr. Gero's lab and they go to the sub lab. And they see the embryo that is Cell up in there. And as they're about to destroy it, Android 21 doesn't want to destroy this one either, as it's still in a growing phase. So she decides to rehabilitate it. Her, Bulma, and Dr. Briefs can actually reprogram this android. Huh. Nice. So thankfully, that's what they end up doing. And they see that Cell is actually made up of all of their previous fighters beforehand. Oh yeah. Oh dang! I almost forgot. King Cold and Cooler had actually come down to avenge Frieza over the 3 years. My bad, guys. I meant to say that, but I forgot about it. So yeah, So Cell was made up of a lot of things. He was made up of King Cold, Cooler, Goku, mostly Saiyans. He had a little bit of Kryptonian in there because of Kara. He's still mostly Android. And that's pretty much it, because you can't synthesize angel DNA from data and all that, so that doesn't work, sadly. But Cell was an extremely powerful fighter, but thankfully they're going to reprogram Cell. And because of this, he'd actually already come out perfect. So Cell had already achieved his perfect form, and thankfully Cell is born and naturally good. They removed all the evil parts while keeping the good bits and made him purely good in this timeline. So we have a purely good Cell. Oh yeah, Trunks had still come back, and crazy enough that the androids were stopped over this time, making the android saga absolutely minute and nothing. Damn, that's crazy. So now we get to have the more 7-year time skip, and while this was going on, one more child of Goku was born. And that is Bulla. Bulla, the last child of Goku, the 10th child of Goku is born, and finally that was it. Now, everyone had already had 2 kids at this point, but Android 18, sadly, she doesn't get married to Krillin in this AU, but the person who marries Android 18 instead is our main boy, Granola. That's insane. So you have a half Android and a half Cerulean baby. Goku is half Saiyan, half Cerulean. Oh wait, that means Gohan is pretty much, okay, half Cerulean, half Saiyan, well, okay, quarter Cerulean, quarter Saiyan, and 50% Kryptonian. That's a crazy combination if you think about it. Gohan is busted. But yes, that ends up happening. But finally, Granola ends up getting married to Android 18, and he has kids of his own. Hold on, I gotta go look them up now. Okay, so Granola ends up having 4 kids with 18. 2 boys, 2 girls. Mizo, Azriel, Pepper, and Lazuli. Yeah, because why the heck not? It works. It works. Now, because that's done, we can move on to the Boo arc. So let's do that. Oh, real quick, before we get into the Boo arc, Trunks had actually gotten some training from Kansei in the room of spirit in the hyperbolic time chamber, and within her staff where time is slowed down there. So Trunks had actually gotten a lot of good training in, and finally unlocked the Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue forms. But because he didn't want to leave more empty-handed, they also taught Trunks the Kaioken technique, which would work a whole lot. So hopefully he could, and he did this for like the said few weeks, months, I think, that they were in the original Cell timeline for Cell. So Trunks had gotten a lot of training in, and hopefully he gets the attention of his Beerus or God of Destruction within his own said universe. So thankfully this would, and just in case, because she knows her son Whis would eventually do something about this, so she also takes Trunks' memory of what's about to happen. So he knows he'll have this power, but he doesn't know exactly how he would have gotten it. And since she's the mother of all the angels, the tracks get covered up very easily. So Trunks goes back and saves his own timeline from his androids. Nice. Okay, phew. That problem gets solved. So anyway, now the Boo timeline. Dang. So how this works is essentially the same thing. Everyone meets back up again because the time is pretty much moved. Well, all the kids, Goku's kids are in high school at this point. 7 years, yada yada yada, all that goes. The Videl stuff happens, and everyone's coming. Since Goku never died. Huh. Wow. Since Goku had actually never died in this scenario, we're over the 7 years. Goku unlocks Super Saiyan 4. Basically, you have to all you have to do is get Super Saiyan in Grade 8. It's really not that hard. So Goku had figured out Super Saiyan 4 over the time skip. So yeah, everyone eventually got Super Saiyan 4 for themselves. Nice. But like I said, we're not done yet. This is with Daima/GT Super Saiyan 4s, because they don't have Daima designs for everybody going Super Saiyan 4. But hey, we're still going to have Daima, and we're still not done yet. So hey, keep in for the story. We're not done yet. So finally, all the Saiyans figuring out Super Saiyan 4, and being able to add it in with their God forms, which is crazy. Can you imagine raging Super Saiyan God 4? Like a slightly greenish Super Saiyan God, or Super Saiyan Blue, or Super Saiyan Blue 4. Stuff like that's crazy. And also adding on Kaioken on top of that. Bro, this is only going to get worse and worse and worse. Huh, you can only just imagine how stuff would work here. Oh yeah, also Nappa had kids as well, but he's not really that important. So just random Earthling woman. So there you guys go. There's justice for Nappa in that sense. So okay, finally meeting up after the 25th World Tournament, everyone shows up once more, and the Supreme Kai and all of them are there. They're wondering why so many mortals are so powerful, and what the heck is even happening here. So Kami asks them what are they doing here, and Shin tells them about his plan, and they tell him to go with it. So it still ends up, oh my god, there's a lot of people in this tournament actually. But I'm going to say, just for the sake of the plot, it's still, okay, it can't be Gohan, because Gohan getting stabbed wouldn't actually work. He's pretty much invulnerable to almost all types of damage. Gohan is actually the strongest sibling. And because of his crazy hybrid potential, he's actually surpassed like Goku in terms of like raw power and everything. It's straight up insane on how like this works. Goku and Bardock, and Goku was supposed to be the strongest, but he's overshadowed by his son Gohan, who is the strongest because of his natural heritage. He's part Saiyan like Goku is, having access to legendary Super Saiyan, but also have Cerulean, having access to like those red eyes and vital points, also having super cerulean on top of it, while also having access to God Ki is also Kryptonian, so absorbing the sun's rays and being able to breathe in space. So yeah, and Gohan's actually taken a dip into the sun every now and then, just to do a little bit more training with Kansei. And let me tell you now, stuff like that, it's put Gohan on like beyond everyone in like the multiverse in terms of stuff like this. But hey, it's crazy. Like, wow, it's kind of scary how that works. Okay, so how are we going to make this work specifically? I'm trying to think. Got to give me a moment. Okay. So instead, it would actually be, for the sake of the plot, it would end up being Goten who ends up getting his energy stolen, and Spovich and Yamu running away. So pretty much everyone abandons the tournament except Bulla and Granola's kids and family. Android 18 is still going to win the tournament like normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But they all go after Spovich and Yamu. They get killed because of Babidi. And Babidi goes to feed the energy into Majin Buu's egg. Now, Dabura does try to kill Kibito, but that's like negated very easily. But what Shin and Kibito didn't know, they didn't account for anybody being that powerful. So their plan, so they basically caused Buu's revival by pretty much feeding them the energy, like a lot more energy than they needed. So Buu still ends up getting revived and everything, but they could actually kill Buu right away. But Vomi actually wants to study Buu because Buu actually doesn't seem quite that evil. And crazy enough, Goku and Bardock, well, all the Sun family can read Buu, and he's not really that bad of a guy. It's just Babidi who's the bad guy. But because Android 18 had already won the tournament, now finally the androids end up showing up, 16, 17, and 18. And because of this, what's about to happen is premeditated. Babidi tries to take over somebody. Obviously, the Sun family won't work, and none of the other Saiyans, and none of the human Saiyans. But he figures out the androids. They weren't really reprogrammed that long ago, and Babidi still finds something in their programming. So he goes after them, trying to resurface it instead. And crazy enough, he is successful in this endeavor. So we get Majin 17, Majin 18, and Majin 16. So yeah, we get Majin Super 18, we get Majin Super 17, and we also have a Majin Super 16. I couldn't find one with the Majin emblem, okay? So just roll with it, please. So now everyone has to fight the androids, but Buu is already out. But the thing is, this little puny increase in power for the androids here, they just have to knock them out to snap them out of it. But thankfully, the androids aren't really that powerful compared to everyone else, so they get defeated relatively easily. And as for Buu, they can tell that he's not really a bad guy. So, crazy enough, they actually end up killing Babidi, and they do end up beating on Buu pretty badly. Hold on a second. So, scary enough, Buu ends up spitting out, like, evil Buu because of it. And now we got two Boos fighting each other. Now, we still get Super Buu in this sense, but instead of that, Goku had actually thought of something different. Force Spirit Fission. So what he does is he splits Super Buu from Good Buu to Evil Buu. And oh crap, hold on, I'm trying to think for a second. I got it. Not only that, but nah, should I do something like that? Nah, I don't really want to do something like that. So, because he split Evil Buu from Good Buu, the Evil Buu reverts back into Kid Buu, but he gets obliterated pretty easily. Goku still wants to make that wish for him to come back as a good guy, but because we got a Good Buu in this sense, Android 21 wants to study this Buu right here. And because Mr. Good Buu is a good guy, and Majin Buu never really got to do that much damage, they end up keeping him around. So, hey, the Majin Buu arc is pretty much unnegated. But because of this, Shin invites, like, the Sun family up to, well, like, the world of the Kais, for thanking them. They end up pulling out the Z-Sword. One thing leads to another, it breaks, and Elder Kai is released. And because I want to make everyone a bit even more OP, everyone gets a pretty much an ultimate form, a mystic form. Huh, nice. Now, Android 21 is studying Majin Buu and figures out how to integrate his cells into something else. So what she does is she integrates it into her own body. So we still get a canon. We still get Majin Android 21 in this sense. Yeah, that still ends up happening like normal. So, no different. There's no different here. Yeah, Majin Android 21. I keep her because I like her. Alright, moving on to the Daima timeline now. Okay, so I think this is like, what, a year or two maybe after Majin Buu has been dealt with? I'm not really sure. But because of, okay, Majin Android 21, Bulma and Chi-Chi don't want to get really left behind. So those two end up making a wish to Shenron to actually be Saiyans as well. And because of this, we have Saiyan Chi-Chi and Saiyan Bulma. Yeah, like before, Saiyan Bulma with the blue tail. Still keep that like normal. And we also have Saiyan Chi-Chi. Hey, it works, it works. Dragon Ball Prime, my timeline. Don't judge it. Okay, hold on. Dragon Ball Daima, so give me a sec to fix that. Alright, so the Dragon Ball Daima timeline pretty much ends up going the same thing. The whole plot of the story is the same thing. Everyone gets wished to turn into kids. The people who defeated Majin Buu and all that crap happens. So they have to go to the demon realm to actually get this stuff worked out and fixed. Huh. Nice. Okay. So now thinking of other weird things. Goku down there, like, because he already has Super Saiyan 4, you guys might be wondering, how much farther can he go? There isn't much farther. Well, I actually have the ultimate Saiyan that. So Goku figures out another transformation, something farther than Super Saiyan 4. By pushing himself even more, Goku figured out a new form. Figuring out a new power, Super Saiyan 5. Yep, Goku decides to go to 5 because why the heck not? And now a new Saiyan transformation has just been had, so now we get Super Saiyan Blue 5 instead of 4. Dude, see, this is only gonna get worse and worse. So finally, the cast goes back to normal. Goma is defeated, and that evil eye shtick thing is like now over with. But hey, now everyone has something to work forward to. Super Saiyan 5. But since it's like, what, I think 7 years before Beerus shows up? I honestly don't know. Hold on, I have to look it up. Give me one sec, guys. Okay, I just looked it up. It was 4 years. 4 years from the Majin Buu saga to the, Battle of Gods. But since Daima had happened, I'm going to say like, what, maybe a few months to a year after. It's been 3 years, so everybody has Super Saiyan 5 by now at this point. So finally at this point, Beerus does in fact wake up, and his dreams of the Super Saiyan God are here now. So Whis actually ends up taking up like, where are the Saiyans? And Whis says there's a lot of them actually on planet Earth. Like, wow, planet Earth? What? Right? Really? Yes, there are. Neat. Like, neat. And they would say, why now after all this time? Like, they're still, guess Frieza didn't do the job. Like, no, he did, my lord. Just a lot of them had actually escaped and have started repopulating back on planet Earth. So Beerus ends up going to, there crashing the party, like normal. Alright, so Beerus ends up crashing the party like before in the Dragon Ball Super timeline. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to think here. And okay. Like I said, we tried to combine a little bit of GT in there, but looks like we might have to do that a lot sooner than later. But oh well, it still works like normal. So Beerus ends up crashing the party like normal, and he wants to meet the Super Saiyan God, and there's a whole bunch of Super Saiyan gods. So once they've actually arrived at the party, they greet Beerus like normally, and Beerus actually enjoys like the party. Like, yes, Majin Buu is still there, but since there's a lot more food, they end up giving Beerus a lot more food than he needs. Also, Kansei is actually hiding in a human form. She actually has her own human appearance because Whis and Beerus showed up. Thankfully, she managed to hide in the nick of time. Well, she sensed them arriving, and she told everyone to get ready for their arrival. So she actually hid her appearance beforehand, and she hid it very well. So not even Whis could even find it. So when they arrived, they just enjoyed the festivities like normal. And holy crap, yeah, thankfully, so when Beerus comes and enjoys his food, they had actually forgotten why they were here in the first place. So finally coming to see that it was the Super Saiyan God, there's actually a lot of them here. So Beerus just says he wants to fight the strongest Super Saiyan God that they have. And they all look to Gohan to do it. And Gohan just says, wait, me? And they nod because Gohan is the strongest. Canonically, Gohan is the strong. Well, in my canon story, Gohan is the strongest. So Beerus tells Gohan to not hold back at all. Oh, also Gohan's Raging God form is very just because I showed you legendary Raging God, all that, Gohan's is very different because he's a Kryptonian and because I actually like the color. His color is actually very different from how it looks. So this is how Gohan's legendary Super Saiyan Raging God Super Saiyan 5 Raging God 5 Gohan looks right now because of the color. Because of its mixtures of many different species, this is how Gohan's looks from others. Yes, this is Gohan's Raging God 5 form. And I know what some of you guys might be saying, isn't it just Rose Goku Black Super Saiyan 4? But yeah, I actually like Rose as a color because it really is a beautiful color. What do you think of this color? Is it not beautiful? But anyway, beyond that, it's because the mixture of Gohan's many species within him gives him his hybrid status is just a whole lot. And not only that, he's pretty much the actual strongest that they have. So because of this stuff going on here, I find no reason to actually not make it be Gohan. And so Gohan ends up fighting Beerus. And because he is more Saiyan-like and he likes fighting and adapting and growing stronger, he ends up giving Beerus a great fight. Well, not only that, he forces Beerus to actively use his full power. Because going full power off rip, Gohan completely outclasses Beerus. Even when he's using full power, Beerus cannot win. And even Whis sees that. How is a mortal this goddamn strong? Beerus can't even hurt Gohan. So, long story short, Gohan ends up defeating Lord Beerus, and Beerus just says that was the greatest fight he ever had. And he tells Gohan to grow. He'll be back one day and to grow stronger. There is no going to Beerus's planet on this one because Beerus had gotten his great fight, so there is no need to make him stronger. And since Gohan's already gotten this strong on his own, Beerus sees no reason to take him anywhere. So, because of that, Beerus and Whis just end up leaving, but they say they'll be back again for the food again soon. So they all end up just dip. So the both of them just end up dipping. Nice. Well, that was Battle of Gods. That ended up happening. Huh. Who knew Gohan was so goddamn strong? Well, everybody knew. But times are going to continue like normal. But at this point in time, they feel like it's about time something like this gets done. Because Shenron is so much more powerful now, and because of Kami upgrading the Dragon Balls, it's about time that they do this for closure. They really want closure for themselves in this time. So it's about time that they fix things. So let's do this. This is something that they've wanted to do for a long time. And Bardock feels like it's about time that this gets done. And what they're going to do is very simple. So what they are going to do is nice and quick and simple. So what they go to Shenron, and for Shenron's 3 wishes, and he can make very powerful wishes now. Bardock wishes for two things, and it's about time they get this done. Everybody's wondering what he's trying to wish for exactly. Because now that he thinks about it, it's been a long time, and it's about time they get this done. And what would that be? Bardock wishes to revive Planet Vegeta along with all the Saiyans that have been killed during the time that Frieza has enslaved it. What? And Shenron grants the wish, and Planet Vegeta has been restored. And what's his second wish? And Bardock's second wish is to also revive planet Serial and all the Cerealians that that the Saiyans have actually exterminated. And Shenron is also granted that wish. Like, and everybody's wondering what the heck is Bardock doing. Oh, one last thing. Bardock also restores Planet Vegeta back to the original form before. Now, Bardock said a last wish is to pretty much reverse Planet Vegeta and turn it into basically Planet Sadala, the old home of the old planet of the old original planet of the Saiyans, which was a tropical paradise, and to make sure it thrives. And Shenron, but also keep all the technology and everything that the Saiyans have built. And the final wish has been granted. But they were wondering what the heck did Bardock do that for? Bardock says he wanted to revive the Saiyans and the Cerealians for a long time because he feels guilty about everything that they've done. But Bardock says they might want to freaking hurry though if they want to if they want to make it there. So, but real quick, while the Saiyans and everything are getting revived, Bardock went to planet Namek so he could make 3 wishes as well. Well, Goku had actually wanted to make a wish this time. He wished to revive the Kryptonians with planet Krypton for Kara's people. And planet Krypton was brought back and the Kryptonians. But what was their second wish? Because it was really powerful, they had asked Porunga to actually make those planet Krypton, now planet Sadala, and planet Serial within Earth's within Earth's orbit and actually replace those planets and actually replace Mars, Venus, and Mercury with those said planets and keep them thriving. So actually, Earth now has neighboring planets. It has planet Sadala, planet Krypton, and planet Serial, all within orbit now. And quick travel. Great. Now all of the Saiyans were brought back and they were placed on planet Vegeta, within Frieza's rule and King Cold and Cooler. So that's a lot of Saiyans being brought back. So finally they all teleport onto the instant transmission onto the planet and everything to see what is going on and what's happening. And pretty much Bardock had let everyone know, King Vegeta had come back, everyone did. Pretty much Vegeta and Turbo ran to their father and pretty much gave him a bear hug because they haven't seen him in a long time. And they're wondering what's happening. And Bardock is explaining everything. They were brought back. Frieza had killed them all, but thankfully they were brought back with the Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls, that'll be explained in a bit. Just give them a minute. So one long explanation later, that ends up happening. And King Vegeta actually at this point finally decides to step down as the king. And now he crowns Prince Vegeta the new king of the Saiyans. And King Vegeta's screw that. King Vegeta steps down and he instead makes Bardock the new king of the Saiyans. Oh yeah, also sadly Grandpa Gohan did finally pass away. They buried him by his home and everything. And since Bardock is the new king of Saiyans, he's going to rule over the Saiyan race. And Bardock decides to implement the new Saiyan ways. They are no longer planet conquerors, but planet warriors. They will actually be workers for hire to actually go on and protect planets and terraform them to help the planets thrive instead of tearing it down. No more shall they do their conquest anymore. It's a new era for the new Saiyan race, and they better get used to it. The Saiyans were complaining at first, but then Bardock showed off his Super Saiyan form. This is what we can achieve when we put our minds to it. When we throw away all the bad things we do and decide to become a force for good. And Bardock tells him to join his to join his tirade on eradicating all old Saiyan ways. And now it's time to go to their neighboring planets to wish them peace. And now they're going to start doing a lot more things with the world. And at this point, okay, since we have a long time before the Resurrection F arc, there's going to be a lot of things. So they go to planet Krypton, and pretty much Kara explains the same thing to I forgot who rules over the freaking Kryptonians. Wait, who was it? Hold on, let me see if I can remember. Let me see. I'll go check real quick. Okay. So pretty much they go to the pretty much they go to the king of, well, the Kryptonians, which I think is like the ruler is General Zod or something like that. But since they want to do more conquest and pretty much they're shutting that down, General Zod is about to get into a fight, but Gohan steps up because he's a hybrid and he pretty much easily whoops General Zod. And no more. So now they will change their ways, and Goku pretty much told them the secret. The secret is the sun. They get their powers from the stars. A yellow sun and a blue sun will pretty much supercharge them. But still, they're not going to be doing any more evil deeds. They're going to help the world, help the universe with the actual Saiyan race, their neighboring planets, as well, warriors or people to help terraform planets in a good way. Nice. And back on planet Serial, it's pretty much the same exact thing. And all of those races now comes down to Earth. So now Earth pretty much gets terraformed as the very first planet. Aliens are out there, and now it's being set in stone. Nice. And this has been going on for what now? Hold on. Let me see how much of a time skip is between Battle of Gods and whatnot. Okay, so about a year has passed. The Saiyans have grown exponentially now since their race is back. Almost every Saiyan is a dang Super Saiyan, and yes, they can do this with their good intentions and whatnot. Hey, it's nice. Just roll with it. Hold on, I'm trying to think what would be the next thing. Oh yeah, it will be Resurrection. It will be Resurrection F. But since Frieza and everyone else is dead, there is still some Frieza Force members out there, but they have to wait for a long time because now they have to go between a planet Krypton, planet Sadala, and planet Serial to get to planet Earth, just for the Dragon Balls. And let me tell you now, that is going to be hard enough. Also, yeah, back on planet Serial, Bardock sees Manito again, and it's been a long time coming. And Manito meets Kami. They exchange, all the information, and we have a stronger Shenron. And you know what? Even Porunga gets stronger as well. Because it's about time for something like this to happen with the Namekians. So yeah, the multiverse is changing throughout. And finally, Frieza does end up getting revived. And, well, and he's heard of the news ever since he was gone. Planet Vegeta was revived. But not only that, Planet Krypton was revived again. Planet Krypton is back. And also Planet Serial, the planet he specifically ordered to be extincted. Now, good relations are being made between all these races, but not only Frieza was brought back, King Cold was brought back, and so was Cooler. So you can only imagine what's going to happen now. But hey, this is a good thing. Everyone's learning from each other. So Bardock and his family are ruling over planet Sadala now. And well, how is that going to work? Okay, it will be simple. And Gohan is more Saiyan-like, and now I guess he guesses he can focus on his training because of this. So Gohan is now going to be ruling over planet Krypton with Videl and Pan. Nice. Because hey, the first hybrid, why the heck not? Might as well be an ambassador and a representation of their new ways. So all of this is going on fairly well. Now, some of Bardock's original family does move back like to planet Sadala because they missed it, like Raditz and Turles do. But Granola ends up staying on planet Serial, because it's a good thing. While Joka and Ruta end up they didn't really like the Saiyan ways that they were doing, so they end up staying on planet Earth. While Goku and the rest of his wives, they stay on Earth as well. Everyone has their own lives to live, and they can always instant transmission to each other in case they need it. So finally, Resurrection F does happen, but we get a whole bunch of golden families and whatnot, figuring out that they were back. And also because of this, the Saiyans also have access to God Keys, so there's a whole planet full of Super Saiyan gods, which is what Beerus was afraid of in the first place. Super Saiyan gods and Super Saiyan Blue 5s and everything, which is extremely dangerous. But hey, nothing he can do now. Oh boy, this is ridiculous. But I don't really care. So finally, Resurrection F happens once again, and Frieza comes back down to planet Vegeta actually in the first place. So Woo! So here you guys go. What you were waiting for. Oh yeah, because I wanted to show it. This is Planet Sadala. I know this is Planet Vegeta in the Broly movie, but imagine this as Planet Sadala because Bardock reverted it back to a much more tropical like paradise. So it's a lot more vibrant and jungly lush. So yeah, go like Bardock and his family rules over. Also, King Vegeta tells them about Broly, and they finally go to bring Broly back after all this time, and they promise Paragus that the ways have actually changed here. And even if Broly tried to fight, he got knocked out very quickly. There's no way that Broly wins against any of them. So yeah, Bardock's family rules over, so it's fine. And Planet Cereal was brought back, so hey, it's all a good thing. But now the thing you were waiting for, the golden forms. So Frieza lands on Planet Vegeta once again, and you got a whole planet full of Super Saiyan gods. And well, Super Saiyan blue fives and ish, but that's not it, guys. No, that is not it. Because when Frieza shows up, he shows up with King Cold and Cooler, and they don't hold back one bit. They completely show their new forms that are golden forms. And oh man, so finally Goku and the rest of his family end up arriving there to stop Frieza and his minions. Because it's about time that things change here. But once they do, Frieza says that they've obtained a new power through this rigorous year of training. So it's been like a year and a half since that's happened. Well, actually 2 years. So yeah, I'm speeding up the process. It's been 2 years since that happened one day. And because of that, oh yeah, finally Lord Beerus does end up coming back to Planet Vegeta to see what's going on. But hey, it's a good thing. Finally, when it all comes back to them, Frieza, King Cold, and Cooler show off their new forms, their golden forms. But Frieza and King Cold take it farther. King Cold shows off his final form, but him and Frieza go a step further. Well, Cooler shows off his golden form, nice golden Cooler, awesome. King Cold shows off his newest form, and it's an absolute monster what they got to deal with. And so also Frieza shows off his newest form with Cooler. So yeah, they all found out how to do augmented forms, and because of that, they're about to go nuts. So thankfully, Goku and his family is already here. So the rest of the Saiyan species have to focus on fighting the army, and because they're gods at this point, it's a no-brainer that they win. But some of them do actually end up going out to help Frieza. Well, yeah, going out to like help fight Frieza, not help him, defeat the others. But hey, you get what I'm trying to say. And it's a really hard fight because it's split between King Cold, Frieza, and Cooler. But is what I would say if our Kaz wasn't training for as long as they were, and with all the forms they've gotten. So they finished this fight relatively quickly, and Frieza, Cooler, and King Cold ends up getting obliterated. And phew, that problem was avoided. But you know what? Because of this, Goku ends up making the same wish he did for Majin Buu to happen to Frieza, King Cold, and Cooler. He wishes for them upon Shenron to come back good, as someone purely good. It's a shame all that potential is going to waste. And King Yama hearing Goku's request actually makes that happen. So yeah, Resurrection. Oh man. So Resurrection CFK is completely KFC. You guys get it? King Cold, pretty much K, F for Frieza, and C for Cooler. Resurrection KFC is gone. KFC. Alright, so next will be the Universe 6 tournament. Nice. Okay, phew. Since that crisis was averted, we get to the Universe 6 tournament. And if I'm being honest, it's not really a tournament. You have Gohan, Goku, Bardock, Raditz, and Turles. And that's pretty much overkill as it is, because just using legendary Super Saiyan is like way overboard for everybody, so nobody can contend. Champa has to ask how are there so many strong mortals like in Beerus' universe? Their universe is just something else, man. Nothing. There's nothing he can say about that. Oh my God. But because okay, this is one quick thing. Because there are such good relations with all the other planets, um, okay, what ends up is Bardock goes to Namek and asks if one of the Nameks can come live on their planet as their guardian a little bit. And also with that being said, they also need a set of their own set of Dragon Balls. And because I I know you guys still like Dende, I'm gonna keep him in the story for this one, and he agrees to go to planet Sadala to become their guardian with their own set of Dragon Balls. And because of that, he makes a set of Dragon Balls with actual three wishes, and they're exceptionally powerful three wishes because of Shenron and because okay, Kami had wished for Shenron, uh, for Dende to have the same amount of power as him, and because of that, Shenron granted that wish, and now we have an exceptionally powerful like Dende. So okay, but because one Saiyan felt jealous about the Kryptonians naturally getting more powerful because of the sun, they wished for that the entire Saiyan race has the same advantage as the Kryptonians without the drawbacks. They draw power from all of the stars, but they aren't weakened by any specific star. They draw power from all of them. So, okay, hold on. What dragon should this one be called? I'm gonna call this Dragon Roku Ryu. Roku Ryu makes the wish, so all the Saiyans now get power from the sun now. So the Saiyans don't really feel this change, but they don't really feel this change because it's natural. And as for their second wish, this Saiyan wishes for like the Saiyan lifespans to be like the same as the Kryptonians, because the Kryptonians live for a long ass goddamn time, like almost thousands to millions of years. So with that being said, that's done. And last but not least, what should the last wish be? That Saiyan lineage would thrive no matter what. And that happens now. Great. You got alien relations, and now you just got the Saiyans, who are just going to be a more busted race. Yeah, guys, I'm just doing way too much, and I don't care. Universe 6 tournament's been, like, easily. Next would easily be the Goku Black arc, and, well, since Trunks is from that original OG timeline, I mean, all it would take is for one of the Saiyans to go there, erase, like, Goku Black, and completely, and now they know that it's Zamasu. Since they can't really kill Zamasu, they have no choice but to seal him. And thankfully, this actually goes very well. Because it's actually, okay, since Beerus and Whis are down there, and it's on planet Earth, oh man, they seal Zamasu away, and they take him away forever. And Beerus goes to erase the Zamasu in the OG timeline, and well, their timeline, so it's done. Whew. Next would just be the Tournament of Power, like, cause dang, shit like that is crazy. I mean, but even if we have a Tournament of Power, man, Universe 7 would pretty much wash everybody in the tournament because they're just way too strong. It's really unfair and overkill how strong their tournament is. Like how strong Universe 7 is, because Beerus has pretty much got has a pretty much cracked universe. But hey, not his fault. Things happen the way they do. They just do. Okay. Now, what will be the next best thing? Oh yeah, next would be pretty much the Moro arc. I mean, so okay, that would happen. Oh yeah, Ultra Instinct. I mean, and Ultra Ego. That would pretty much happen like normal. Oh wait, no, not normal. Goku would already know about Ultra Instinct, and he would already have had it for a while. But hey, it's a crazy thing. And okay, as for Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, God of Destruction and Power and all that, yeesh. So it's very, very crazy upon what this lineage does end up freaking learning. Crazy. So okay, and the Broly movie doesn't happen because, well, the thing is they've already brought Broly and Paragus back. So thankfully that ends up happening. Also, this means the Saiyans are a lot younger than they should be. So, upon a quick wish to the Dragon Roku Ryu, the Saiyan's own granting dragon, they like Bardock ends up wishing for his wives and his family to go back to like their early their early 20s, just because they don't want to die of old age that quickly before, because of the, even though they won't, because of this new wish that they didn't know were made, they still don't want to be that much older than every other Saiyan, because they're like, what, in their 60s now, while like King Vegeta and everybody else is in like their late 20s to early 30s. So yeah, no way that's happening. Just a quick thing. Nice. Phew. So thankfully, a lot of things do happen a lot later. So the Moro arc, there really isn't much to do because Moro gets obliterated the first chance that he even tries. Superhero, that pretty much gets snuffed out quick as well. Even with the androids like Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Like Cell Max gets erased very easily. So yeah, like I said, guys, not really much to cover much anymore. But I am gonna do something else because now we're gonna move on into the GT timeline. Okay, Dragon Ball GT. This is where first the end of Z time skip. Well, that already happened. The last World Tournament Goku's going to go through. He meets Oob and takes him under his wing and trains him. Okay, why am I doing the GT timeline? Because you guys need more entertainment, so I'm trying to entertain you. So because of this crap that ends up happening, what would it be? Huh. Ooh, okay, I got it. So the GT timeline happens like normal. The Dragon Balls are cracked, and the Shadow Dragons end up coming out. But not only that, the Namekian Dragon Balls are cracked, but thankfully not the Saiyan ones because they were just recently made. Oh yeah, the Super Dragon Balls were already used to bring all the universes back to life, which is going to create problems in the future. You guys just have to wait for that. Okay, sadly, Dragon Ball Kakume has not been more fleshed out yet, so I can't really explore upon that timeline, but I can try my best. So don't you guys worry, I will get to that, but I'll try to give you guys what I can give. So the Shadow Dragon arc does happen, and these are very powerful Shadow Dragons. But it's like I said before, they pretty much get scuffed over because of how powerful our cast is. But hey, they do get more forms over the years. Not only does it stop at Super Saiyan 5, we get more Super Saiyan forms. And you guys might be wondering, what's that? Well, allow me to show you. You have the original Super Saiyan 5, now Super Saiyan 6, Super Saiyan 7, Super Saiyan 8, Super Saiyan 9, which is like Zycor-ish type things, but it works. And finally, Super Saiyan 10. The numbers just keep going up. They're not going to stop here. They only evolve and evolve even more. So yeah, the numbers are only going up, and it's only getting worse. It's not getting any better. Shadow Dragons get clouded over. Okay, we can move on into Dragon Ball. Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because now all of time is in jeopardy, and it must be stopped by a very powerful Goku. And what other Goku could we go than Prime Goku? Nice. Okay, it's quick and simple. Now, Goku is called in by the Supreme Kai of Time to help stop a multiversal threat, which is Fu. Fu. And this is going to be one crazy thing. So the Dragon Ball Heroes arc goes the same thing. They meet Xeno Goku, CC Goku. But once they meet Prime Goku is stronger than Xeno Goku and actually on par with CC Goku. Yeah, this is only going to get scarier, scarier, and scarier. But that is until okay, finally in the final moments with Fu, Goku fusing with the multiversal tree, I think it was, gets a new form like Universal Blue, but instead not blue, it's Universal like Raging God, Universal Legendary Saiyan. And finally Goku's unlocked like his peak form. Goku is, you know what? I feel like doing this because this is awesome. Goku is cycling through all of his forms. At Super Saiyan 20, time began to stop. At Super Saiyan 55, reality is end up shattering. Super Saiyan 79, the Saiyan's aura became sentient and sapient. Super Saiyan 99, no one poses a threat. Until finally, Goku had reached the pinnacle of Saiyan power. the max. You guys know what I'm about to do. I've been saving this one for a long time. One Saiyan has reached the pinnacle of power. Super Saiyan 100. Keep in mind, Goku never cut off his tail. That's why he has, like, the Saiyan fur and everything still on there. That's why it looks like that. Other than that, it still looks awesome. Super Saiyan 100. Absolutely nothing can stop Goku now. The strongest in all of creation. The strongest ever. Defeating few was no issue. And, well, Super Saiyan 100 did not stop to cease to exist. This Goku became the most powerful thing in all of in his entire fiction. This is scary. Oh man. If one mortal and if Goku and some other mortal was fighting and you were to make a bet, I would have my money on Goku. 100%. Official Divine, go subscribe to him. That was an awesome bar. I like that. Anyway, this was Super Saiyan 100, and now the last thing that I can show you guys before we close off this oh, dang, I wasn't even going to say this episode. I went through the whole dang series. Oh, crap, I'm an idiot. Oh, well. Might as well finish this off anyway. Oh, yeah, in case you guys are wondering where are Goku's other kids, like, if they had kids, yeah, some of them had kids with, like, Kryptonians, Cerealians, some humans, yada, yada, yada. You guys can just come up with that on your own time. I didn't feel like diving that deep into it. I'm pretty exhausted already. It's time for me to close off this series with the end game. Dragon Ball Multiverse. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can better. So finally, Goku and the entire gang gets invited to a multiversal tournament. Not just their multiverse, but their own creative timeline, the Dragon Ball Prime multiverse, to fight different versions of themselves that went through different circumstances and everything else. Goku is excited about this and says yes. So, Dragon Ball Multiverse tournament. I mean, when they arrive there, they arrive to see, like, Canon Goku, Universe 7, Universe 6, Universe 6 Goku, what if Goku was a god of destruction, what if Goku was half angel, all that stuff. And, hey, their excitement only gets more, as Goku throws his fist into the air as it shines. And we cut back to this, once again, Dragon Ball Prime, as this, guys, was the ending of a very good series, Dragon Ball Prime version 2. Dang, this was only pretty much a three-part series. But hey, I enjoyed the ride I had going on with this. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And hey, if you guys did enjoy, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. This was very fun. Also, I have a much more creative ideas coming out in the future, and I hope you guys did enjoy this series. If you did, like, subscribe, comment down below. Y'all know what it is. Peace, guys.